available. I'm available. I'll hold your bags. All right, the Dallas Mavericks duo of Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, they struggled in Game 5 as the Celtics secured another title. Kyrie and Luka shot a combined 17 of 41 and won 5 of 18 from 3 last night. A dramatic shift from their performance in the Western Conference Finals, where many were calling the two the greatest backcourt in NBA history. Here's Kai and Luka on Coming Up Short against Beantown.
You know, now that the series is over, how much were you hurting?
It doesn't matter if I was hurt. How much was I hurt? I was out there, tried to play, but I didn't do enough.
Yeah, failing at this stage definitely sucks. It's a bitter feeling because you want to keep playing and you feel like your best game is coming up next, and the shots that you shoot next game are coming up, and now we got to wait. I think 2.5 months, 3.5 months to the new champion. Gets a chance. Yeah. So, we've been able to celebrate our wins, but also learn how to celebrate our losses too and how to grow from that.
I love that. You got to learn from your losses, celebrate them as well, Wendy, okay? I know you've done a lot of that personal growth. Stephen A. Yes. Life is a journey. It's a marathon. Oh, hey, I got my girl Monica back. Okay, lady in red. S.A., tell me this. Are Luka and Kyrie still an all-time great backcourt?
I'm going, well, first of all,
without a title.
Talent-wise, they are. But I had them in my top 5 because I was looking at talent, and I said that I reserved the right to change my mind if they didn't close the deal and win the chip. Well, they didn't close the deal and win the chip. Now, I had them at 4. I had Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars at 3. I had Byron Scott and Magic Johnson at 2. And, of course, I had the greatest shooting backcourt known to man in Steph Curry and Klay Thompson at number 1, 4 chips. And I had to make Doggy happy. I had Bob Cousy and Sam Jones at number 5. But I had Luka and Kyrie at number 4. I'm going to have to change that now. You weren't able to close the deal. And because they weren't able to close the deal, Eminem, because they weren't able to bring home that chip, now I have various choices that I could choose from. And I get all of that. The late, great Jerry West, God rest his soul, and Gail Goodrich, you can point in that route. You can even point to Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker, but Manu Ginobili was coming off the bench, even though he closed a lot of games. Damn it, he came off the bench. He wasn't a star.
You can call him a backcourt. That's fair.
Yeah, it's a backcourt, but he was coming off the bench, so I'm not giving that to him. Hell, I could go Michael Jordan and Ron Harper if that was the case when Ron Harper was beyond his prime. But here's what I'm going to do, Eminem.
Talk to me.
Orange and blue skies, baby. Orange and blue skies. I'm going Earl the Pearl Monroe and Walt Clyde Frazier. You understand? Reminiscing about the title that the New York Knicks captured in 1973. You understand? The man they call Black Jesus. Not Jesus Shuttlesworth. I said Black Jesus. That's what they called him. Where did he go to school at? Winston-Salem State, my alma mater. That brother right there. You understand? Earl the Pearl Monroe and Walt Clyde Frazier. The only issue I've ever had with Walt Clyde Frazier, okay, I love his rhymes, I love his lyrics, I loved all of that. I just think his war, nothing else. I got anything to say about Walt Clyde Frazier. I love this man. I revere this man. The man has done a fantastic job for years calling Knicks game. He's the last replica of a championship we have. Orange and blue skies, baby. I'm going to put Earl the Pearl Monroe and Walt Clyde Frazier. Yeah. They are on my list. Okay. Yes. Bob Cousy, Sam Jones move up to number 4.
What did you say about Walt Clyde Frazier's wardrobe? A producer got him here. I didn't hear the word.
I just think it was a little bit outdated for my liking personally. I just think that I
classic never dies.
That's the whole problem. That's the whole problem. Sometimes you got to. I'm not telling you to throw the outfit away. Sometimes you got to take those outfits and frame them. You understand? Put a nice frame and hang them on the wall and reminisce about the great stuff, and then get some new stuff, some new suits.
You better watch it. You better watch it.
I love Clyde.
You know how he is revered. He is always on the flag.
Hold it. He is revered by me. He is revered by me. I love this man. I love Clyde Frazier, okay? I'm just saying. You know what? I'm just looking. I shouldn't say that. His wardrobe works for him. To me, the greatest wardrobes are the wardrobes that work on a multitude of people, not just you.
Okay. Icons only got to worry about
fashion
fitting
police.
themselves, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Take
Sorry,
it down a
Molly.
notch.
We
No,
gotta
you're
have,
so
we gotta
right.
have
Like,
Fashion police.
flashback.
I ain't gonna get on the fact that you've been rocking these these outfits, showing you and flexing your muscles and all of this other stuff, Molly. Because all of a sudden you see Eminem, she wears that a lot more and all that stuff. I mean, you're a fashionista.
I have on a black dress.
I said your arms are showing.
Yeah, it's summertime.
You've been wearing a lot. You've been doing it for months.
Heat wave in the city.
You've been doing it for months.
They're creating shelters.
You've been doing it for
because
months.
It's going to be so hot here.
You've been doing it for months.
Oh my gosh, worry about yourself.
And she looks great doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the question. Here we go. All time.
Really?
I think all time, obviously, you got to have some hardware to be in an all time conversation, y'all. This is when we start getting into the very important placements of words, right? One of the best all time offensive duos,
That's
right? Like,
exactly right.
this is when you start getting into word placement if you are not including folks that have a chance to get a piece of hardware. I'm with Wendy, though, in that I'm very curious to see what Dallas is going to do to support these guys. They absolutely have potential to get it done. But as we've just witnessed with the Celtics, it's very, very hard to do. And so right now, I think we got to pump the brakes a little bit. I think even in all of this, as good as Dallas has been to get to this point, the Nuggets are still out there, right? They got past the Timberwolves. We've all talked about how challenging the East is, and there's going to be some other duos to consider. So I think we got to pump the brakes on these guys till they can get some hardware.
I absolutely think they're one of the best offensive backcourts. That's locked down. There's all kinds of stats to back that up and everything like that. And I don't think that's
1,122 points combined this postseason.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Although Kyrie, I think he said 99 points on 99 shots in the finals. That's not the efficiency you're looking for from a great offense. They did make strides defensively. They both had their best stretch of defense of their careers. So it's not like they don't defend. They just didn't when it mattered. They have the potential to get in there. I agree, Monica. I do think that over the next couple of weeks, Dallas is going to keep working on this roster. The Celtics roster is pretty much perfect. Mavericks roster, they made those big trades in midseason. They have some assets sitting there for them still, including Tim Hardaway Jr., who very clearly is not going to be a big part of Jason Kidd's rotation going forward.
Right.
His contract now effectively becomes an expiring contract.
Yep.
They have pick swaps they can trade. They have a first-round pick. I think they've even I think they can trade a first-round pick starting on draft night. So they have some other guys on the roster they can move. Plus, there may be a player out there who says, I'm the missing link. I want to.
Let me say this to the players out there. I know you find it's hard coming from me because it is about Dallas. And we all know how I abhor that football fan base. And it's really not in the city of Dallas. It's just nationwide. It's outside of Dallas area. These damn nauseating, disgusting Dallas Cowboy fans get on my last nerves. But the city of Dallas is a fabulous city. The fan base is a damn good fan base. And they have no state income tax. I really don't. I mean, there are worse places to go.
Here we go.
Than Dallas, Texas. I mean, look, if you coming from New York or you coming from California, I mean, that's an automatic spike in revenue for your pockets. I think you got to consider this kind of stuff, man.
Well, that's why
I don't understand this.
I've been talking about a different Texas city.
Houston.
I've been talking about
San Antonio.
Why?
Because of Victor. That's why.
Wemby.
Because of
Wemby.
Victor. Somebody's going to say, put me with Victor. But obviously Dallas is closer. And I'm just saying there could be a player who's sitting out there right now going, you know what? I could fit in there nicely.
Well, let me say this to you. I don't see anybody clamoring for San Antonio, and it's got nothing to do with what Charles Barkley says. It has everything to do with the fact. I mean, listen, man, you got people that be thinking about stuff other than. Listen, basketball-wise, Greg Popovich, great coach. Wembanyama is a great talent.
Go check out San Antonio. That's not the same place it was 20 years ago.
What are you trying to say?
Small tech hub, I hear.
What are you trying to say? It's only an hour and 15 minutes from Austin. I got peeps down there.
They're basically connected. The two cities now are basically connected.
Austin and San Antonio?
Absolutely.
There's
very little. You drive from Austin to San Antonio?
I did 2 years ago.
It's basically one city. It's basically one city now.
Yeah, Stephen A. Step
San
your game
Antonio.
I love Austin.
So San
Road
Antonio.
trip.
So San Antonio ain't just about the Riverwalk no more. Are you telling me?
I'm telling you, it's not the city it was when Tim Duncan was dominant. I'll tell you something else.
It's evolved.
You need to put on your schedule in October. Saturday,
Uh-oh.
I don't know what the date is. Saturday afternoon,
In October?
Georgia at Texas, SEC. You know that's going to be on ABC.
Well, I might be out of the country at that particular
Sunday,
moment in time, but you
The Austin F1 race.
know what I'm saying.
It's going to be one of the greatest weekends in American sports this fall
Ooh.
in Austin.
Ooh.
Austin, San Antonio is nothing. I'm
You know,
telling
I've
you,
never been to Austin. I'd like
It's
to go.
nice. It's nice.
Austin, you would like Austin, Molly. It's cute. It's
somebody
really cute.
wise up and try to get on Victor Wembanyama's team. That's
Yeah.
my unsolicited
So you're
advice.
just sold on Victor Wembanyama like that.
You're not?
Wemby?
I love him. I love him.
All right, let's go.
He's big time.
I gotta go.
He's got a lot.
Listen,
I don't have time.
our
for
Wendy is
him.
clearly going to open up an agency.